Welcome to your PWC Connections, a monthly look at what's happening inside PWC and out in our community. I'm your host, Lamont Henson. The American Public Power Association held their annual Day of Giving, and your hometown utility rolled up our sleeves for the 2019 Community Powered effort. See how PWC helped one local resident in the upcoming Community Connection. Speaking of connecting with the community, get the details on how you can provide input and feedback on upcoming PWC projects by being a member of our Community Advisory Group. We'll look inside PWC to get the scoop on that group. We'll also introduce you to our new Work Zone segment by discussing the ICON Summer Intern Program with our Senior Customer Program Officer and a few students in the program. We've thrown a few surprises in there too, so keep cool because we have another informative, great edition of PWC Connections. So stay tuned.
At Fayetteville's Public Works Commission, people make the difference.
My name's Chris, and I'm a lineman at PWC.
Chris and his colleagues help make PWC one of the most reliable power providers in the nation. As a local public power company, PWC can provide faster emergency response. With system upgrades and continuous maintenance, they ensure the excellent everyday service. And their rates are among the lowest in the state. For tips on conserving power, visit PWC's website.
Some very fine people have come in here and stepped in to help me. The people from PWC have come in. I'm just so thankful. I can't put into words how much they have done for this one person here, for this person. I can't tell you how much they've done for me. Perfect. I am so thankful.
We've been cleaning up this lady's yard, getting up a lot of debris, leaves, and a lot of metal, old trash, wood, and things like that. For me personally, it means giving back to the community, trying to help out as best we can, and mostly just my time, giving my time to try to help this lady out, get a yard looking really nice. I think that we were trying to show the community that we do more than just giving power and water. We like to come out and help out and show the people that we give a pretty good back to the community. If you got the time, it doesn't cost you any money. If you just have time to come out and a good back, just come out and help us on out and try to get it done. It doesn't cost you anything.
So we're just out here helping Miss Barbara clean up her yard and just get it a little bit more organized. I think we've all had a great time out volunteering, serving our time, and she seems so excited that we've been able to do this for her. She's mentioned a couple times how it feels good, and she's very thankful that PWC came out to help her, so it's good work. Oh, I think it's a great opportunity to combine the neighborhood because I'm sure her neighbors are wondering who we are, why we're here. So it's actually an opportunity for them to get to hear our names in a positive way and be excited that we came out here and show that PWC is about the neighborhood and about the community and uniting with one another. So I think her neighbors will be happy to see it, but also excited to talk to her about how she felt with us being here.
I'm just here to help out part of our community today, try to do as much as I can for my fellow person, my neighbor. It's part of the Public Power Days of Giving, and PWC's real active in this, and we do it, regular. At least I have been ever since I've been employed by PWC. I think it shows that PWC cares about the community, and we're here to take care of the community. We supply their power, their water, and take care of the problems that come along with that. And so it feels good to get out of the office for a day and get out here and do something like this. It's really meant a lot to her already. She's been thanking us this morning since we've been here, and we all are going to come to a point one day when we need a hand, and she's got a little bit much here on her, so it's good, to be blessed enough to be able to come out here and be healthy enough to help somebody like that.
Beginning May 1st, PWC residential and small commercial electric customer usage will be built on the time of use rates with on-peak and off-peak hours. That means you'll pay different rates for electricity based on when you use it. Off-peak rates are lower when it costs us less to provide electricity, and on-peak rates are higher during the times when both the demand and cost for electricity increase. Your existing electric meter has the technology to measure your energy usage every hour, so it will record the on and off-peak hour usage. PWC will start billing for the time of use with power used in May, so you'll see it on bills received in June. Here's some things you should know about time of use rates. On-peak hours will be only 4 hours of the day, while off-peak will be 20 hours each day, as well as weekends and holidays. Because the demand for electricity changes depending on the seasons of the year, peak hours are different in the summer and winter months. In the summer, peak hours are in the afternoon, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays. In the winter, peak hours are in the morning, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on weekdays. And remember, weekends and holidays are all off-peak. So in all, 88% of the hours in a year, you'll have the lowest rate. Learn more about PWC time of use rates and PWC power tools to help you save. Visit us online at faypwc.com.
Really, I thought, I've been a part of other advisory councils, and I just thought they would give us a bunch of information and that would be it. But it's really been good. I mean, we've gone on trips to treatment facilities, the water facilities, and I've been here my whole life, and I thought I knew a lot of stuff that goes on, but I've learned a whole lot on the trips they've taken us on. There's a few changes that we've made to. They showed us the new billing. We had some suggestions, on changes to make, and they were great to get back with us the very next month. Yep, we've made these changes. We've taken in what you guys asked us to do, and they've been great. Doing things for the community is great. So it's nice that every time I look at a bill now, I say, hey, I had a part in changing that a little bit. So it feels good to do stuff for the community. Well, anybody who wants to join CAG is great. Matter of fact, I've already talked to a lot of people. It's an opportunity to come and learn, or even to do the tour. I've tried to get some people to come be a part of the tour and make some changes. I mean, one of the things I learned too is we're one of the best in the state. They've been diamond rating for like 5 terms in a row or something like that. And it's nice to know that our utilities is one of the best in the state, but also one of the best in the nation. So it's good for people in the community to know, that all the stuff they do besides just provide us with water and electricity and sewage, it's good to know the other activities that we get involved with too. I loved it. I mean, hopefully I get to spend a little bit more time on it and then let somebody else. I would love for a lot of people to have the opportunity to come in here and put their input and to learn. So, it's been very rewarding for me.
I learned more of the intricacies of what goes on behind the scenes. I was actually familiar with PWC back when they were on Person Street as a reporter, and then as a city employee, I had interactions with people that work for PWC. But it was always in an office setting or something like that. But I never got to see what goes into some of the campaigns and the information that you guys try to put out. I never realized all the details that were involved in getting it out. The most rewarding thing about being on the CAG is getting to know how things work ahead of time, getting to know what's coming up before most of the public gets, and then being able to talk to my friends about PWC with a little bit more of a knowledge of what goes on behind the scenes. I've had friends ask me questions and possibly had some complaints because I lived in an area that initially wasn't supposed to get the sewer system for quite a while, and they felt like they're being cheated, so to speak. But with the coming of the highway, things have been ramped up to get. So we're seeing progress now. If it's progress, we're seeing people surveying, putting stakes in our rights of way and things like that. So yeah, it's knowing what's going on is kind of nice. I like to know what's going on, and there's always something new that we get briefed on every month. Well, the one thing that really I didn't realize is that to the extent that PWC is involved in community projects. I'd see on occasion being at an event and handing out water, but the amount and the extent of what PWC does for the community is really enlightening. I remember that back in the day when you had maybe one or two interns. Now you have interns in all sorts of departments. That's new. Now I didn't realize that was happening till this year. I always thought it was the onesies and twosies, and it's the guys that from the engineering school up the road that you need in the summer to do surveying or things like that. But you have interns in almost every department now. That's interesting.
As a PWC customer, obviously I like to be involved in the community and kind of know what's happening in terms of my own personal experience with our hometown utility. In my capacity with United, I'm the CFO and COO for United Management and United Management 2, and we are a property management company here in Fayetteville. We've got probably within the Cumberland County area, we've probably got 3,000 apartment complexes and offices and clubhouses and things like that. So we have many accounts through PWC. So we have a large footprint. And so any decisions that are made at PWC or rates increases, any of that type of services that you have highly affect us as a customer, but also affect our tenants. And so we're always wanting to be a better service industry for our own tenants and to, kind of be a voice for them. Sometimes when they have questions, we have a lot of elderly properties, a lot of people that don't comprehend kind of what's on their bill and things like that. And so just for us as a property management company to be educated to kind of help field those calls for our tenants as well. What I've really been impressed with is that you listen. You're really willing to listen to the feedback from your customers. Matter of fact, I've even considered doing this at United as well, because I think anytime you have a large organization, you've got a huge amount of people that you're trying to meet the needs for. You really need to hear from them. I think that's been great. I've kind of taken back, especially when it comes to your billing, because I have an accounts payable department in my office and we have a lot of accounts. And so kind of working through the billing process, your new changes of rates and that kind of thing, it's been good to kind of have a little bit of insight on why the why behind the what. So when someone gets that bill or has that change and they don't comprehend why, then all of a sudden you can kind of explain, okay, the off-peak season and that type of thing. It's been really good for us. I think that if you are involved in your community in any capacity, whether you're involved in a church or a school or just your local neighborhood, or you have friends besides yourself that have public PWC, I think that it's a great opportunity to be a voice for them. Oh, and also I got to give kudos on the hurricane. You guys are great on the hurricane. So obviously we at United had lots of tenants that were affected by both Florence and Matthew, and it was wonderful for us having that direct communication with you if there was any issues with our tenants. And I think that having that kind of insight on what's happening and what you guys are doing is great for anybody who wants to be involved. I think it's been very educational, and I would suggest anybody to do it.
Are you prepared for a power outage? PWC plans ahead, so we're ready to swing into action on a moment's notice during an outage. Here are our top 10 tips to help you be prepared. Number 1, make an emergency kit. Includes flashlights, extra batteries, non-perishable food, and water. Pack enough for each person and pets in your home. Number 2, stay charged and gassed up. Keep mobile devices and other essential electric equipment charged and gas tanks full. Number 3, stay connected. Follow PWC and other local agencies on social media for updates. Number 4, have backup power. Do you use life-sustaining medical equipment that plugs into a wall outlet? Talk to your doctor about a backup plan for powering those devices and keeping medications refrigerated. Call PWC at 910-483-1382 to sign up for our Medical Priority Program. Number 5, install carbon monoxide detectors. Using alternative heat sources and to cook during extended outages can lead to increased risk of CO exposure. Choose detectors with battery backup and place in central locations throughout your home. Number 6, keep it closed. Keep your refrigerator and freezer closed as much as possible to maintain the cold temperature. Number 7. Practice generator safety. Follow all manufacturer instructions and do not use generators indoors. Number 8. Avoid damage from surges. Turn off or disconnect appliances and electronics to avoid damage from electrical surges or spikes that may occur. Number 9. Know where breaker boxes and emergency shutoffs are located. Locate electric, water, and gas shutoffs and know how to do it. Number 10. Expect the unexpected. Outages can always be predicted, but PWC promises to get the power back on as soon as possible. You can help by being prepared and being patient while we work.
The ICON program is a high school internship program that's run by Cumberland County Schools that the City of Fayetteville and PWC partner with to provide high school interns a 6-week internship during the summertime. The schools have been doing it for a while, but about 3 years ago, Councilman Deviere, who's now State Senator Deviere, and Councilmember Wright approached the City Council about getting an internship program. So they reached out to Cumberland County Schools and they agreed to fund a program starting with 10 interns and some funding to support the actual operation of the program. We have very talented young people in Fayetteville. Oftentimes when they leave here and go off to college, they don't come back home. So what we want to do is we want to make sure they understand the job opportunities that exist at the city and PWC and throughout the community, that when they go off to school, they say, hey, there are some things that I did in high school that I'd like to come back and do when I finish college. There's also a lot of opportunities for students who don't want to go to college because we have a lot of careers. I think 60% of our jobs don't require a college degree. Part of this is not only to give them a job experience, but it's also to give them experience about what it takes to get ready for the job. So they have to submit an online application, and then after the online application, the Cumberland County Schools scheduled a training session about interviewing training. And so you had to attend that training session. Okay, and then once you attended that training session, we had a job fair located here at PWC in May. You had to attend that job fair, and then we had finally had group interviews a couple weeks later. So you had to go through all 4 of the steps. In customer programs where I work, we have 5 interns. We have one that's working in utility field services with water meters. We have one person working in our MDM R&I area, completing work with our automated metering system. We have somebody working in our meter shop area, helping do data analysis on meters and the stuff we're doing with that. We have interns in risk management. We have interns in human resources. So we have interns throughout the organization. The intern we have working in our marketing and development area and customer programs. We had a meeting yesterday with some people from NC State and the state of North Carolina about possibly finding a way for our community solar program to allow participation for low-income customers. And so Isaiah, our intern, is working on a financial model about with our program, the way it's structured, how would the model work and how much is there a funding gap and how much that funding gap is to see whether we can make that available to low-income customers, those kinds of things. We have people who are actually going on and completing orders for starting and stopping service, helping to do things to make sure that the bills get done on time, pinging the meters to get meter readings, lots of different things like that. What we do with these students is we give them real work. We either take them and have them do work that needs to be done that we don't have time to do in the normal course of activities, or we have them do work that we normally do so our staff can do things that they don't normally get to. From PWC's perspective, the big value of this program is it's part of an integrated plan, high school interns, college interns, succession planning. So the idea is we get local kids to find out what kinds of opportunities we have here. They decide they're interested in that. They come back for 3 years when they're going through college, or they stay and take advantage of our education reimbursement program if they come into an entry-level job, and then come back and work for us and fit pieces into our succession planning, where we know that a large part of our workforce is going to retire in the next 5 years. It's a lot of fun working with the young people, get to know them. There are outstanding kids in this program.
I wanted to get a little bit more work experience since my career is actually on the computer engineering or computer science. So learning over here at the IS department actually will teach me a little bit more about my career and what can I do. And then as well, because work experience, I actually work over in the Cross Creek Mall in the food court, so I know a little bit about food, a little bit about technology, but expanding your work experience to get more experience and other things, will be great. So the things I've been working on since I got here was I have actually been building computers, erasing drives, and then we build desktops. We might just walk around, help fix monitors, troubleshoot basics. So coming here in PWC, interacting with the adults, everybody, older than me, like in their 20s, 30s, and I'm over here just 17, but everybody's pretty nice. No one's actually been treating, badly. No one's bullying me or nothing like that. No one's showing me that I am under. They treat me as a real employee. So being treated like that is actually a pretty good experience because it gets me more interested in PWC. And I remember last time I was actually coming here, one lady told me if I do this next year, and if I actually be pretty good, they actually might give me a job application to apply to PWC, so it's one of the benefits. I always been fascinated by computers when I was little. I mean, just the coding itself, the binary, the coding programs, HTML, JavaScript, Python, and then some YouTube videos I watch as well. That's why it intrigues me, computer science. And then the hardwire, the connections, the CPU, GPU, circuit board, motherboard. I mean, those are the hardwires. That's why I'm always intrigued. And with this one, it will give me a little bit more experience of what I actually have to do in my department. So I know what to do. I'm actually thinking about applying to NC State. So hopefully I get a scholarship there. I would recommend this to friends because they show you what real world experience is. People sometimes think that, oh, you could get famous easily, right? Sometimes that's not the case, and having a plan B always helps you out.
I heard about the Icon program in school. There are posters everywhere, announcements about it. The people in this department are really cool. They help you out if you have any problems. They'll try to guide you and how to fix it with the computer. They're really friendly, really funny. They're great people overall. Like the pay is a bonus because I'm already getting the experience and the knowledge, and the pay also is pretty good. So that even motivates me more. My parents, they love it. They think it will be great on my resume. Colleges will be impressed by it. So they're really down for this. Sometimes we set up monitors in offices, set up, plug in the cables, networking cables, VGA. We build laptops. Sometimes we might go to the warehouse and get monitors to come back, fix them, and then we'll send them back over. Typical day is really fun and chill. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I would tell my friends it's a great experience. You're getting paid, you're getting knowledge, which is invaluable. So you should try as soon as you can to get into it. I'm very glad they gave me this opportunity because it'll help me in my careers in the future, and it is developing me now for the workforce.
I wanted to participate in the Icon program because it was one of the only ways that I could get job experience before the end of high school. The reason that it's important for me to have work experience, at least for this job, would be because everyone that I've ever met has always told me that it is impossible to get even an entry-level job without some form of job experience. I wanted to get job experience so that I could figure out what I actually wanted to do and whether or not this was for me. Right now, I'm in the electrical engineering department, and I'm currently working on putting together maps collating all of the different electrical poles that we have around the Fayetteville and Hope Mills area and finding out what's right and wrong with them, whether or not they're in good condition or need to be replaced, and what special things are attached to them, whether it be some kind of motor operational control or if it's just a plain old electrical pole. The thing that I like about engineering is the fact that I get to put stuff together that nobody else does, because a lot of engineers get access to materials that nobody else does, whether it be water lines or open power lines or whatever else you can think of. This program has been one of the best things that's ever happened to me, just because I'm getting paid for doing something that I love to do, I'm getting job experience, and most importantly, I'm meeting new people. I've expanded my list of contacts just by signing up on an online application that I had no idea if I was going to get a response back for. So I would absolutely recommend this to other people. I have enjoyed my summer, and honestly, this will be one of the most memorable for years to come.
July is Smart Irrigation Month, but it's important to conserve water year-round. When setting timers for irrigation system, it's important to set your timers in the morning or late afternoon when temperature is cooler and water doesn't evaporate as quickly. Knowing how much to water is important. The amount of water needed each week changes with the weather. And make sure you follow PWC's year-round outdoor watering schedule. If your address ends in an even number, water on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And if your address ends in an odd number, water on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And hand watering is allowed any day. One way to conserve water is by installing a rain sensor. And a rain sensor keeps the irrigation system from coming on when it's raining outside. If you install a rain sensor, you are eligible for a bill credit up to $50. Before using your irrigation system, it is important to have it serviced to make sure you don't have leaky heads, backflows working correctly, things like that. Here's some more smart irrigation tips. Do not leave sprinkler or hoses unattended. Our garden hose can pour out more than 600 gallons in only a few hours. Don't allow sprinklers to water your streets, driveway, or sidewalks. Choose a water-efficient irrigation system, such as drip irrigation to water your flowers, trees, and shrubbery. Install rain barrels to collect and reuse rainwater. If you have any more questions, you can give us a call, visit our website, or check us out on Facebook.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Take One. This is our chance to highlight news, upcoming events, and important FYIs from the Fayetteville Public Works Commission. July is Smart Irrigation Month. Please remember that rain sensors prevent unnecessary watering by temporarily overriding your sprinkler controls when they detect a certain amount of rainfall. PWC is offering a bill credit of up to $50 for installing a rain sensor on your irrigation system. Get more details by visiting our website. Remember to follow PWC's year-round, odd-even outdoor watering schedule. Follow these guidelines is a simple step that goes a long way to conserve our precious water supply and manage our daily water use. Here are a few tips. Think before you water, and don't just water because it's your watering day. Adjust your sprinklers to water only the landscaping in your yard and be sure not to overwater. 1 inch of water is usually enough. Always remember to turn off your sprinklers when it rains. August 11th is National 811 Day. A reminder to call 811 at least a few days before you start any digging project. Whether you are planning to do it yourself or hire a professional, smart digging means calling 811 before each job. If you're ready to dig, call 811 and they'll help you do it safely. Also, PWC has been recognized by the American Public Power Association and presented with the 2019 EF Scattergood System Achievement Award and the Energy Innovator Award. Both honor the overall organizational efforts of PWC. Salute to all our hardworking employees throughout the organization. Thanks for taking the time to watch Take One. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.